Hey guys, I'm gonna do a little video on refreshing the battery. I gotta stop this camera from swinging. For your Nest. Now mine is a Gen 3, so the battery is inside. You can buy them on Amazon. All you gotta do is search on Nest Gen 3 battery. And it looks like, let me open this up and show you. It's a small lithium battery. It looks like this, really thin. Has a little connector on it. And it's really easy to change. You pull the Nest off of the wall and you got 4 screws. There's 2 screws here and there's 2 tiny screws here. Now this battery on Amazon came with a screwdriver and it works for all of them. So you want to take this screw off. So the easiest thing what you want to do is to just get the screwdriver into a certain hole or anything that you can get a grip on, and then just rotate it counterclockwise. Just a little bit, you'll feel it snap loose and come away from the back. Here I'm trying to pull it straight out, but I forgot you just turn it a little clockwise and it pops right out, right there. Boom. Gotta get it to come up. You gotta be careful because there's a wire connected to it. Right on the back side, if you can, if I can show you, there's this wire here. So you just open it up like that. Keep that connected. And then you have 4 screws on this black plate. And you want to make sure everything lines up. You're going to grab right up under one of these parts and lift this up too. And you want to keep it with the wire. Then you can take your screwdriver and kind of get up underneath here and pop this connector off. It should pop straight up. Then you can set this aside and you want to kind of keep it together. And you can see your battery right here. Now the battery shouldn't, I mean, it might have a little adhesive on it, but it should come up. And if I remember correctly, it kind of just snaps down in place. There it goes. It's a little bit of adhesive that holds it in place. You gotta be careful. You don't want to pull the whole board up with it. There it goes. Just this little adhesive strip right here. Try not, there's also one right here. There's a little adhesive strip here and here. And then you should be able to hold the board and then pull the connector right up with the battery. Then you want to put it right back down. This battery comes with a new adhesive strip. Get my fingernail under there. Okay, come on. Just like this. Now the old battery, 3.7 volt, 2.1 watt hours. It's the same size battery. Now the tricky part though is getting this reconnected. The wire is just, I mean, it's just a little bit longer. So you want to fold it around. And then you want to get it into the spot where the connector goes, and it just pushes down, if I can get it. Come on. I'm gonna bend it until you can get it right in the right spot. Make sure Oop, I had it backwards. So you can, it's hard to tell. I don't know if you can see, but one side, you'll see 3 copper contacts. Those are for the 3 pins on the battery connector. You'll see the 3. Get this so you can see it. Now you can see there's 3 copper pins on the battery connector. Those 3 copper pins slide into those 3 slots on the connector. So you want to make sure that the connector actually sits down into that position. There we go, snap them right in. Then rotate it around. Line it up with this silver board. Right there. And then press it into place. Make sure that connector is all the way in. Might pop out, it's just popped out a little bit on me. And that's it. Your battery's now in place, your new battery. Now you got to come back. Make sure we line this back up. We line this connector back up. Getting it so I could see it's the hard part. There it goes. Now we put the black shield back down. Line it back up with the holes. Our screw holes. Turn it a little bit. It's hard to see the screw holes, that's for sure. There they are. The reason why I'm doing this is I was getting a basically an error on my other nest. It's at my daughter's house, and what it was a blank screen with just a little red light blinking. And at first I thought that meant that there was something wrong with the furnace. Tricky part here is on this connector. Get yourself a little needle nose pliers, because these screws hold this connector in place. So put the screw in place and then lift up on the connector. There we go. First one should be fine. And get the other one in. These are tiny screws. You have tweezers that might help you out. There we go. Okay, so one thing to remember when you're putting this in, you got your connector here. That's if you want to do a charge. And this connector here. If you push it in and you see that white sticking out, then this cover isn't on right. So you got to turn it counterclockwise until you'll feel it drop in, and then turn it clockwise, and it goes into a little groove. You should be able to hear when you're pushing on it that it's clicking. If you turn it and pull it out, and you try to go in like this, you won't get any click. So to make sure that this is on correctly, turn it to the left, line up the connector at the top, turn it to the left, and you'll feel it drop in. If the whole thing is turning, put your finger on the front to hold it. Then you'll feel it drop in and then come back to clockwise to snap it in place. Then you can put these 2 screws here in. Over the edge, see how you don't have any white plastic sticking out? If you see white plastic sticking out, then it's not on right. You should be able to hold it, and you should be able to turn this by holding this outside ring. This should rotate, and then you should hear a click. And then that's it. You're all back together. Now let's go plug it in. Make sure it works. Now some Nest requires the C wire depending on your furnace. That's to power it. Mine, I have 2 furnaces. One's older and it uses I think it's HR wire, which is the heat, to charge it. If you have a problem with this blank with a little light blinking up here and it doesn't do anything, pull it off the wall, connect the charging cable to it, and let it sit for an hour to charge, and then put it back on the wall and see if it's working. That'll tell you if your battery's going low. If you charge it and stick it back on the wall and it still doesn't work, your battery might be dead. This battery that I got to replace here wasn't that expensive at all, and I got it off Amazon. Like I said, you can just search on Nest 3rd generation battery, and you can see what you get. This battery here, or that's the old one. But let's go see, make sure this thing works. So you can see on mine, I got Y1, G, W1, RH, and C. On my daughter's, I don't have a C. So all you gotta do is go ahead and hook this back up. Get my other hand here. Line up that bottom connector with this here. Push it on. Should get a green light. And it should start booting. Sorry, I'm recovering from COVID. So if I kind of sound stuffed up and breathing heavy, that's because I am. I've had it about 2 weeks now, just on the back end of it. Now remember, while this is disconnected, your furnace isn't going to run. It should come back up right in the configuration that it was before, which this room I had in the eco mode. It says internet disconnected. I might have to redo the internet. Yeah, battery's low, so it'll take a while to charge it. Network. Okay. Oh, so it's got to wait for the battery to charge up a little. But I think, I don't know why it says it's 82, but I think I got to wait for the battery to charge. Once I do that, it'll reconnect to the internet. But that's it. If you have any questions, hit me up and subscribe. I'll talk to you all later.